Hey guys, what's going on and welcome to a brand new video. If you're new to this channel, please make sure you do like, comment and subscribe, and let's get into it because today we're going to be talking about your preview for the Birmingham City versus Leeds United game in the FA Cup 4th round, and there's a chance for us to go into the final 16 teams of the FA Cup. And there's people out there who say, I don't care. I don't care about the cup. I want a cup run personally. I really want a cup run. And I've been saying this over and over again. If we get knocked out, at least make it to a Premier League side so I'm not annoyed. If we get knocked out by a team like Birmingham, if we got knocked out by Derby, I'd be angry because I want us to at least get knocked out by a decent team in the Premier League to be like, okay, fair. We lost against an actual good team, not against a championship team that should be easy for us to get into the next round. And we say about Leeds United fans and easy in the FA Cup. I know it never is, but this should be a win. Anyway, what Daniel Farke had to say about the team news in the press conference, we'll start with that like we always do. He had to say, I don't think Anton Stack and Pascal Struijk will be involved in this game. I don't think they would have been involved anyway, even if they were fully fit. DCL is back after his illness. No new injuries after the Chelsea game. So no new injuries after the Chelsea game. DCL is back as I predicted anyway because it was just an illness. And Stack and Struijk won't be involved in the game at all. So they probably won't be involved in the squad at all. But I wouldn't even go with them in this team because I think we can win with our backup players, with our bench players, with our fringe players. We can win this game. Now, let's go and talk about the last 6 fixtures we've actually had against Birmingham City. So the last 6 games we've had against them have resulted in 3 wins for Leeds United and 3 wins for Birmingham City. The last time we played them was a 3-0 win. Before that was a 1-0 loss. Before that was that 5-4 win. What a game that was. Before that was a 1-0 win. Before that was a 1-0 loss. And before that was a 2-1 loss. So going into this game, in the last 6 games, Birmingham has scored 8 goals. We've scored 10. 15 yellow cards to Birmingham, 13 for us, and no red cards either way. But let's look at the form table of both teams. Now that's what we should get into right now. Leeds United first. 3 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in the Premier League, of course, and the FA Cup, with the win against Derby in the Cup, and then, of course, beating Fulham, drawing to Everton, getting smashed by Arsenal, beating Forest, and then drawing to Chelsea. Meanwhile, Birmingham City's form, they haven't lost any of their last 6 games with 3 wins and 3 draws. They drew with Swansea 1-1. They beat Sheffield Wednesday 2-0. They drew with Stoke 1-1. They beat Oxford 2-0. They beat Leicester 2-1. They then had a draw in their last game against West Brom 0-0. So undefeated in their last 6. So they're on a pretty decent run of form of this is not going to be an easy game. Now let's get into the tricky bit of how we're going to line up in this game, because I think that's the difficult bit of working out how we're going to line up, who's going to start, what kind of lineup are we going to go with. Are we going to go with the 3-5-2, which I don't think we'll go with. Are we going to go with what I think we're going to go with? Back to the championship ways of the 4-2-3-1. So I'm going to say we're going to go with the 4-2-3-1. So let's start with the lineup. I think Perry will start in goal. So you're going to have Perry in goal. You're going to have your right back, I think, will be James Justin. I think James Justin will start at right back. I then think you're going to, and this is why, because then I think you're going to have both centre backs are going to be Bornau and Rodon. So you're going to have Bornau and Rodon as centre back. And then your left back is going to be Sam Byram. I think Sam Byram gets a game, starts this game. I think we're going to play Sam Byram at left back. And then you're going to have the 2 in front of them, which is going to be your 2 DMs, which I think Ampadu stays in because he's the captain, and you need to have some of the first team in the team. Otherwise, it's all over the place. You need to have your captain in there for me. So Ampadu keeps his spot. Next to him, I would have Longstaff. So you're going to have Ampadu and Longstaff in those 2 DM roles. And then you're going to have the 3 in front of them, which what I think will be is Dan James on the left. I'm going to say Nonto on the right. Or you can switch it around, whichever way you want to go with. James can play on the right and Nonto can play on the left. But I think those 2 are going to be both our wingers. And then in the 10, it's going to be a toss-up between 2 players. It's going to be a toss-up between Buonanotte and Tanaka. That's the problem, because I think he's going to go Buonanotte, and I know everyone's going to be pissed. Why is Tanaka not playing? But I think he's going to go Buonanotte in that number 10 role. Maybe they do a half each. Maybe after the first half, after the first 45, he goes, okay, Tanaka plays the second half. Maybe he switches at a half time and, players only play 45 minutes. I don't know. Sometimes that's what managers do. Sometimes in certain formations, you can't fit everyone in, but you want them to have game time, so you make a sub at half time. So I think Buonanotte will get his first start in the 10, which I've been saying for a while. That's what we'll do. And then I think up top, we're going to go Joel Pirro. So that's what I think our lineup will be. I think it will be, as I said, let's go again. Perry in goal, James Justin right back, centre backs are Bornau and Rodon. Then you can have Byram, Longstaff and Ampadu. You're going to have Nonto, James, Buonanotte, and Pirro. That's how I think we're going to line up. And in this game, I'm going to predict Leeds United are going to win this game, go on to the next round, and advance in the FA Cup and get closer and closer to being a chance of going to Wembley. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment down below. I'm going to go score prediction of 2-0 Leeds United. I think it'll be a 2-0 Leeds United win. Buonanotte getting one of the goals. I think Buonanotte will score. And Dan James. I'm going to say Buonanotte scores, Dan James scores, and we win the game 2-0. Let me know in the comments down below how you guys would line up. Like, let me know your lineups. Let me know who you think will play. Yeah, let me know what you think of the game. Let me know your score predictions. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.